How y'all doing today? It's Tuesday and it is 7 o'clock. 6:59, but it's 7 o'clock. I don't care.
Producer said you need to start the show off with a poem.
So considering the fact that no one is here today, the topic is, let's start off with the topic. The topic is what's too grown for kids. So considering that's the topic, I got a little something for y'all today. Okay? This poem is called Procrastination. Since I'm here by myself, we're going to talk about what's too grown for kids. And maybe this may be a little too grown for kids. So we're going to throw this out. I waited. I sat because I had time. I felt like I had time to think, but then I blinked and my time was gone. I waited. I wanted to ponder about the things that I wanted to do, all the way down to my walkthrough. I stood in the mirror practicing tongue moves because I was going to give my best performance. I had a dance routine all together in my head, that is. Let me dance for you, baby. Watch my curves. Watch me move. Calm my nerves. Capture this nude. It's so late. The time is now. I'm not prepared. I haven't practiced my dip or the little shake to my little hip, but I'm here now. And as I'm met with this statue of beauty, my eyes lock in on everything but his face. I grabbed him, pulled him down with reassurance and such grace. I took his place, demanding obedience because he knows I'm his safe place. Letting our bodies collide and create heat waves that cause fires. This grip's gonna take him back down to the wire. It's got a heartbeat of its own, and it beats down to his moans, and that makes me moan long. I'm direct, and I get straight to the spot. My spot. I get big shots. Big shots, plus the big knocks. It's shot o'clock right now, and he's feeding me shots of his kids. He trusted me to take care of him, he trusted me to take care of them, so I'll let him drop them off daily. I don't want to be his wife, but we can play house. I'll tiptoe around his parts, because men packaged like this, it must be a drop. He stood up, picked me up, and put my thighs on his shoulders. I felt like we was on WWE because he took me down. He took me down with his boulder. I grabbed the sheets and bit down with all molars. But you still hear my screams. He was laying pipe between my lungs. Losing my breath was his silent song. Spreading my pelvic like a C, he was giving log, but all I asked for was the D. He was serving it, and he was serving it right. 5-course, full platter, bon appetit. But then it snapped back. I snapped back. I realized I'm standing alone. He had left my dumb ass standing in my own bliss. And all the good shit I had missed. It was a fantasy, because I took my time, which didn't respect his time. So he stopped making time for the time that I neglected. And he understood that his time was precious. So all the things I anticipated, I never got because I procrastinated. So, about that, I don't know. I try to not to procrastinate, but we're going to go back to the things that I feel like is too grown for kids. So I wrote that poem sitting in a nightclub at a poetry night, thinking about somebody, grown people stuff. And I just felt like I lost out on the opportunity. But either way, I ain't want to do nothing to him but grown people stuff. So,
A little louder for the people in the back.
What?
A little louder for the people in the back.
A little louder for the people in the back. He said a little louder for the people in the back. I felt like I lost out on an opportunity. Well, let's just say that. I felt like I lost out on an opportunity. And I didn't want to do nothing with them, but touch and feel and do grown people stuff. So that's where that poem came from. But on top of that, I just wanted to have a conversation about what I felt like was too grown for our kids. And it's a lot of things that people consider something that may be too grown for your children, or they don't want to introduce their children to it. But in some things, I feel like why or why not is a question behind it. Like you have parents like I don't know the guy's name, but he's a social media influencer who has 2 kids, and he teaches kids about gun safety. He teaches his kids how to use weapons, how to load, clean them, reload them, blindfolded, all of that. He's very intelligent, in my opinion. And some people have, indifferent feeling about what he's doing with his kids. They feel like his kids are too young to be introduced to weapons. But me personally, I feel like you have kids who are mistakenly shooting themselves at too. So again, the question is asked: how young is too young to teach your kids about certain things? For one, aka being this poem, sex. You have a lot of parents who feel like certain topics shouldn't be had around their kids, or certain things shouldn't be said around their kids, but they turn around and allow these same kids to listen to the social media and look at YouTube without parental advisory, and watch YouTube influencers who really don't care about whether or not they have kids watching their channel or not. So YouTube try to make things kind of kid friendly, but it's kind of hard to, because it's so open to the platform is so big and so broad, and of course people are going to want people to watch. So it's kind of hard to kind of screen out the children because they watch grown people's pages all the time. But you have parents who set boundaries for the kids, and they don't want their kids to see certain things. They don't want their kids to be introduced to certain things on the internet as well. But then it's like you allow them to watch cartoons, and the cartoons that they have these days they're outrageous. I'm not even gonna lie to you, they're outrageous. So I don't know. For me, some of the things that I hear people talk about when it comes down to my child, they feel like how we interact, that me and my son are brother and sister. Oh, y'all so cool, y'all act like brother and sister. To be honest, I think that me and my son more so have an understanding of each other. He understands who I am and how I am. He knows my boundaries. He knows what's disrespectful. He knows what he can and cannot do. And with that being said, as long as he respects me, I respect him. And that's why we have such a tight relationship. But certain conversations need to be had. I don't know. I feel like certain conversations should be had at the level of the maturity of your child. And what I mean by that is, if your child could be a teenager, and if their level of maturity is not there to have certain conversations, then you need to wait till their level of maturity is there for them to be able to understand and swallow the conversation that needs to be had. I also feel like certain conversations should be had as they're introduced to whatever it is. For example, puberty, something real nice and simple. Puberty is a prime example of children when they start to get into themselves and, knowing their body parts and touching themselves. And so how soon is to, have conversations with your kid about masturbation and feeling on themselves and things of that nature? Because it's something that's naturally going to happen. As far as women, how soon is it to have a conversation with your children about a cycle when you have little girls that are starting that cycle as early as 6, which is it's freaking insane to me. But how soon is it when you have parents be like, oh my God, my child needs to know about that. They're too young. Oh my God. How soon is too soon and how soon is not soon enough? I guess that's how I would put it. But kids, they tap into so much, being surrounded by each other and being surrounded by so many different backgrounds, because we all teach in different ways. We all allow our children to do different things. And with that being said, when we mix our children in together, they pick up things from other households and other kids that, they might hold on to. So how is it that you keep your child from obtaining habits and picking up things from other kids in other households, from the morals and the values that you taught them? I've watched how certain kids will go from being very respectable, very well mannered, very intelligent, to just ignorant, because they want to do what they see other kids do, and people allow them to do what they see the other kids do. As far as, yeah, my mom, she's live. Shout out to the lady, she's live on YouTube.
At least I read them to you.
Huh?
I read them to you.
Yeah. But yeah, my she's basically saying that, my mom is basically saying that things should be categorized by age. She's correct in a sense. Things should most definitely be categorized by age. But certain things, I feel like if you're introduced to them early, then maybe you should be explained. Maybe it should be explained a little early. If you're introduced to it early, maybe you should automatically know what it is, since you're seeing it, or you're in the lifestyle, or whatever the case may be, or other kids are doing it. That's just like with sexuality. How soon now is too early to explain to your children about sexuality, when you have children identifying as cats and dogs and wherever else, girls and boys and transgenders, and how soon is it to have that conversation with your children? And my child don't need to know about that. Boys kissing boys, girls kissing girls. Why when they see it? Why when they see it on cartoons? Why when they see it in everyday life, when they see two men walking down the street, or they see two women walking down the street holding hands, or they see two women or two men out at the movies kissing, and whatever the case may be, and it's not natural for them? How soon is too soon? Like, then when you have your child, because children they're honest. So when you have your child who really don't have a filter as to what they want to say, sometimes it could be, I guess, a little rude. I guess people may feel like it come off a little rude when your child has their own opinion of what's going on. So for example, you have a gay couple walking down the street, and you out and your kids are at the park or whatever, your kids can walk around down the street and they kiss or whatever, and your child says, that's not what y'all supposed to do. You're not supposed to kiss a boy. How offensive is that to the couple? So how soon is too soon to explain to your kids certain situations? I just watch every day. I watch every day, and how you have some parents who will shelter their kids. I mean, shelter them to the point where they know nothing. I've talked to some kids, and I just be like, you know nothing. You're about to graduate high school, and you know nothing about life. Like, your mother told you absolutely nothing. And it's like, what do you say to those type of children who have no clue as to what's really going on in the world around them? other than what's going on directly in their immediate circle. Like if it's not going on in their immediate circle, then they don't really know what's going on. Half of the kids don't know that the government about to shut down. So that's a little conversation of itself. But how soon is too soon to have conversations? See, we're not talking about touching my hair. We're talking about conversations and things and situations that are too much for your children. What's too much for your child? See, so I don't know. I introduced my child to a lot of stuff because the world introduced him to a lot of stuff. So why would I not explain it to him as the world introduced it to him? And that's just the type of parent that I am. I'm the type of parent I feel like as you're being introduced to it, why not explain it? Why not break it down? Why not, give you some type of understanding to the best of my ability before you have to go through it or encounter a situation on your own and it's not pleasant. Like people act like racism is not still a thing. But what happens if my black child, my black boy encounters a situation that he wasn't prepared for because he was sheltered behind it? No, it's not fair. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him up on game, sir. Go ahead and let him know what's going on. You know, I don't know. I just feel like the world today, these kids are blind. They're ignorant. They don't want to learn because people are not taking the time out to feed them information. And I feel like the more information you feed them that is knowledgeable to things that benefit them in their world, they will soak it up. I don't I don't feel like a lot of them are really tapped into school, but we are in a generation where I feel like we should be picking up skills versus um, picking up a skill versus just picking up a book. And don't get me wrong, I want all my kids to finish school, everybody. But along with finishing school, picking up a skill because you're going to need it. With the way everything in the world is going, you're most definitely going to need it. So how soon is too soon? How soon is too soon to allow your kids to pick up hammers? How soon is too soon to allow your kids to touch the stove? I be in certain people's houses and they be like, oh my God, my child can't touch the stove. It's 9-year-old chefs on TV. Are you serious? That's weird to me. It's weird to me that we were taught culinary growing up when we were in school, but now it's too much for your kid to cook on the stove. That's weird to me. It's weird to me that, now we're teaching our kids to put things in the dryer. Can you allow me? Yeah. We're taught for our kids to put things in the dryer so that they can take the wrinkles out of their clothes when they still make irons. People don't buy irons anymore. People don't even know what an iron or iron board is anymore. You know, so it just be situations like that. How soon is too soon? And how soon is not soon enough? Like how late is too late? Like, you shouldn't be 14 learning how to wash your clothes. See, that's crazy. That's insane to me. But then you have those ones, like even down to my child, I be trying to explain to him, like, you too old for to be asking me certain things. Like certain things you should already know. I've already explained to you. Like you should have retained it in some type of way whatsoever. Come through. What's going on? How you doing today?
Good time. Yeah,
But you're here
of course.
on a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday.
Big man.
So, Mamie, what's going on?
Man, life is life.
Life is life, and it's all good. I got a question for you. Then.
What's going on?
The question is, what's too much for your children?
What do you mean, what's too much?
anything as far as conversation, situation, topics, what's too much, things that are too much for your children. Name some things that are too much for your kids. What do you feel like you wouldn't share with your children?
It depends on the age, you feel what I'm saying?
That's something that my mother said.
Yeah, like me, with mine, I just, whatever, I treat her like a young adult. You feel me? So she gonna probably experience it with me first.
Right.
But it's little stuff like cussing. They don't want you cussing around kids, but them kids been cussing since they was in middle school. You just don't know. They don't cuss around the adults.
You see what I'm
feel me?
saying? Exactly.
I definitely don't want to over-sexualize anything in front of my daughter. You feel what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so in situations where children are being introduced and they start asking questions, then how soon is too soon or how late is too late? Because they're going to be introduced. You have kids that start to touch themselves
This,
at 5, 6, 7. So,
this the thing. If they ask the question, I get the answer.
okay.
Because you have to be, you must have either this, you came across this somehow, if I
Yes.
don't bring it to your attention.
Right.
So regardless of what it is, you need to be prepared for it. Because if you didn't experience this or whatever happened, and I wasn't around, then you may experience it or it may come across your plate again when I'm not around. I need you to know how to handle your business. You feel what I'm saying?
Understood.
Yeah.
So when you have kids and you start to notice things. You start to notice their behavior, certain things like how you may notice, okay, my daughter might be smelling herself a little bit, or even down to like an infant, like I was trying to explain earlier,
Mm-hmm.
when infants start to touch themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And you
and
have certain people, parents who don't explain to them the body parts and that they can't
what's the
touch.
infant to you?
And any kid that
Like
is
what
learning
age?
their body, is learning that is learning. I'm not saying that understands their body parts already. I'm talking about a kid that is learning their body parts. You know what I'm saying? Because you have some of them. When I say infant, we can do like infant, toddler.
Like
You
a
know what I'm
baby.
saying? Like toddler age. Because you got some of them that's 1, 2 that their parents didn't teach them body parts.
Yeah,
So that, they feel like it's okay for them to go touch a little girl's chest. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They feel like it's okay for them to touch a living between the legs because they do it to themselves and their parents don't tell them, they don't say anything to them about it. You get what I'm saying? So situations like that, because you have babies, you have kids that will explore. They will take your diaper off. Like,
yeah. It would be for that in that stage right there. It's like two parts.
Mhm.
One is harmless when they do it.
Right, it is.
But two, like you can't really explain to a child anything until you notice that they comprehend. When they start understanding the other stuff that you tell them, and they understand it, then it's cool. You're gonna talk, hey, son, nobody touch you there. You feel what I'm saying? And you shouldn't touch anybody else there. You feel what I'm saying?
Of course, when I'm talking to,
Yeah.
like you said, to the point of understanding.
Yeah.
There should be questions.
If they too young,
They don't understand no way at all.
Yeah, shouldn't nobody, but at them ages there, ain't nobody changing my child at 1, 2, 3.
No, that's not what I mean.
No,
But I mean like how kids get together. You have this kid like even
Oh
in
yeah, that should be
daycare,
harmless.
it would be harmless. But even if you see your kid doing this, that is the time then to be like, okay, you can't take other kids under them.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to touch other people's private parts.
Yeah,
You're not
sure.
supposed to, you know what I'm saying? That's a conversation that needs to be had then.
Yeah.
When you start noticing the actions.
Yeah, exactly. When you see the actions. But as far as like when they get older, the type of conversations or subjects that we're not going to talk about, it depends on their age. That's why some kids they can't watch at a certain age. You can't watch scary movies because for a kid, everything is real. You feel what I'm saying? To an extent.
It depends
Which is
because you
why-
have some kids who don't believe that. That's why I say you got
That's
some
cool.
kids.
But if
You got some
if you
kids-
kid can watch this little movie with you let them stay around, and they got terrified to the point where they couldn't sleep at night when you cut the lights on.
Right.
Yeah, no more scary movies for you right
But
now.
then you have a kid who you grow up, who you might have brought him up a little different into the things of reality. This kid knows that it's a lot of dangers out there of mishaps that can happen. But you have some kids that love freaking scary movies.
Yeah,
And they're not afraid of them at all whatsoever.
but everything's like you said, it's situational though.
You're right.
If you're talking about generally, to blanket them generally, yeah, I mean, there's certain things that any child at a certain age, I believe that you shouldn't be doing,
Right.
Whether-
Exactly.
whether you can handle it or not.
That's why I was saying what is too much? What do you consider would be too much for your child or a child of any stature that may be too young? Like down to the music, because some people don't let their kids listen to certain music.
Yeah, you're
But
not.
then it's like, at a certain age, you don't let your child listen to this music, but you let them sit in the room with you while you have certain conversations. And or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? You might let them listen to the music, but you might not let them sit in the room with you when you have certain conversations, which is kind of like an oxymoron. What's going on? How you feeling?
Fuck State Farm.
Goddamn, I have State Farm. What do you mean? What happened with them?
Okay.
Nah, but for that right there, it'd be like I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna let you. It depends. Like little girls need to be around women. You feel what I'm saying? To
Most
me,
definitely.
little boys need to be around men. Why? I'm gonna let you be with me so that I know you're gonna ask questions. You feel what I'm saying? I need you to ask the right questions. Ask me the whys. Daddy, why did you do this? But you tell me not to. I'm gonna explain it to you why I did it.
Well, if you're already doing it and you see that your daughter is seeing you do this, or why not explain this before she has to ask, considering that she may never ask. What happens if she never asks? What happens if she just decide, oh, my daddy doing this, I'm
You're
gonna do
right.
it?
But this is what I'm saying. The way I teach my child, it is always ask. You need to be, that's one of the most important things in life. You need to ask. If you don't understand something, you need to ask somebody that does. So I don't wanna just give you all the answers. You feel like an explanation is gonna be laid in your lap. We're adults. We know ain't nobody explaining stuff to you like that unless you ask. You feel me? So it's another lesson in that. That's why I do it like that.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. I like it.
It's all about the habits and whatnot. But yeah, you're right. The music I wouldn't do. Just like when we looked at the video the other time where I believe it was an adult in the front seat, but there was a whole bunch of kids. I think I saved it. Doing a whole bunch of like the song. They know the lyrics to every song. They doing all the dances and this and the content is not appropriate. But these are a couple of them in some car seats. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like that's what like that shouldn't happen. You feel what I'm saying? You have to, when they're younger, between 4 and 6, 4 and 6 is when the child is most absorbent.
Okay.
That's when they learn the most.
Okay, you're right. But check this.
So
Even exactly, their brain is definitely the most absorbent thing. But that takes me into these actors and actresses, as far as kid actors and actresses. They see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're introduced to a lot. Their lifestyles are insane. So when it comes down to like an actor or actress that's a kid,
That's the agent and parents' fault.
Yeah, or their responsibility. Because we can't say it's fault yet. You know what I mean? It just depends on what happens. It's your responsibility.
right? Because you got Tia and Tamara, and I don't think they turned out too bad. You feel me?
If you're taking care of a minor, then you should
I don't
know
think
what a
they-
minor should be exposed to. And if the parent
Exactly.
was actually around while they're going to these parties with these agents and be like, nah, it's just for your kid. I don't want to hear that
What I'm talking about is I'm talking
Okay,
about
what you
actual roles for actual children, like even down to movies like slave movies where they teaching people about slavery, even down to realistic movies, down to that nature. The nature of the movie itself, the role that they have to play. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that their parent is introducing them to this type of lifestyle, but it's just they got a role, and in this specific role, the role is kind of not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Child appropriate, because then you got things like The Exorcist. Some people won't let their children watch The Exorcist, but the main character is a freaking kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But that's their responsibility. That's why I say that too. Look,
how do you protect the child's mind from that when they're acting?
I mean, you're explaining to them this is a job, and if you're playing a role that this ain't how it's supposed to be. But the reality of it is sometimes those like art imitates life. Sometimes this may be a situation like this, and this is how you handle that. It's just them having a conversation. If your child is the breadwinner, it's your job to protect the money, to protect your child first, and then shit, this is a business. You need to understand this about this. You feel what I'm saying? So it'll force them to grow up faster. You feel what I'm saying? Which is, to me, never a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's one matter of fact. Look, this right here. I'm gonna show
You
you.
said it's never a bad thing.
No, look. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. Let me see what it is.
Chris Maria, and Angel.
Uh,
I hadn't noticed Angel before, but if she looked like her name, as Grace would say, I was about to be in there.
what?
What you talking about?
Yeah. Listen to this though.
Oh,
It's like androgynous. Like when I was growing up, this was like androgynous shit.
it was.
I'm on here.
Yeah, like this is crazy. See, I watch Everybody Hates Chris growing up too.
Androgynous city.
Androgynous.
A new trend emerged called androgyny. Inspired by the looks of personalities such as Boy George, Prince, Grace Jones, and Attorney General Janet Reno, gender benders.
Gender benders.
Trendy perceptions of what it meant to be male or female. I know, what type of name is that? It's what you baby. Look, I know what you do. I wish I could say the same.
So that's crazy.
So with this,
How do you
on
feel
this one
about
right
that?
here, this explains it correctly. I mean, absolutely.
Who is this?
This is mindset of I can't remember his name. Let me just
You
hear.
don't know who he is.
No, I can't remember. But listen, he's foreign.
Your children the way we do. I mean, a 9-year-old
He's
boy
Muslim.
in Gaza is more of a man than a 25-year-old in America.
Mm-hmm.
You prolong adolescence.
You prolong
to a
adolescence.
certain degree. You don't
Exactly.
prioritize maturity. But at the same time, you sexualize your children very early. I mean, you've got like third graders twerking, and singing explicit song lyrics, and you put that on social media for everyone to see. You're teaching kindergartners about sex, masturbation, about homosexuality and transgenderism. You think that prepubescent children can decide to have their genitals removed before they even know what they're actually for. You put little girls in beauty contests and try to turn them into,
Oh yeah, that kills me. The pageant.
About wow, 12% of 12-year-olds in the U.S.
That got me like mind
already
boggling.
sexually active at 12. And that's what's
12%.
It's crazy because even down, like he made a valid point, even down to like the pageantry, like they makeup on these little girls, like filling their pores with foundation before they can even fully grow nice skin. It is horrible. Like
Yeah.
getting them veneers and fake teeth and it's just wild. The big hair and the weave, and these little girls be like 5 and 6 years old, 7 in pageants, just living a life of straight adulthood. It's so weird. It's insane to me.
Yeah. But everything else he was saying was valid too. All that goes
Oh,
together.
most definitely. Most definitely. That's why I be trying to explain, like, baby, you late. You can't be 14 just now learning to wash your clothes. You can't be, I was just saying that before y'all got here, considering it was I started the show. But I was talking about how when we grew up, we had home economics in elementary school, kindergarten, first, second grade, you know what I'm saying? We was learning how to iron, we was learning how to cook in first and second grade. Now you have parents that don't want their kids touching the stove. What shit is that? To me, that's confusing to me. I don't
In what
care.
grade?
I was learning how to cook in first and second grade, home economics.
Oh yeah, everybody ain't doing it though. We didn't have home economics in first and second grade. Some of this is regional too, and it depends on where you grew up. You know what I mean?
Right,
When
but
they talk with first and second
They
grade,
go along.
I don't want them touching no stove neither. They're not responsible enough.
Even down, because we actually started using real stoves when we actually started building. That's when we actually started building. But even down to home economics in first and second grade, they wasn't giving you real things. They was teaching you, okay, this is hot, this is an egg, this is how, you know what I'm saying? They was teaching you the basics before you go to third and fourth grade where you're in an actual kitchen, you know what I'm saying? Because you had home economics when you was in an actual kitchen doing certain things, making small meals, even though you had teacher supervision. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to knit in elementary school. I learned
That class was optional for me.
I learned how to do even if it was
optional.
optional, all I'm saying is they had it there for the kids. It was there. Now, even down to the after school programs, our after school programs had so many opportunities for you to progress in other things. Now,
They can use it after school.
exactly. So now it's like you're going out to school just to get hit with your homework, and that's just that, or play until your parents come pick you up. It's no extracurricular anything in that. We was learning other things outside of school when we went to after school program.
But they had a teacher that was just on.
Exactly. We had after school extracurricular activities. Now mother kids on social media, TikTok and after school, that's what they do. They get together and get on social media, and the teachers is okay with it. And the parents is okay with that too.
Yeah. That, I don't know. It's teaching outside the classroom and all that is more important to me than I don't give a fuck what they do at school. That shit really don't help you for life no way. To me, that's just my opinion. So
It don't, but that's where they spend majority of their time at right now.
I've never, my entire school life, I've never had home ec was like a high school thing. I've never in any elementary, middle school I've been to, there wasn't no home ec. There wasn't none of that. You feel what I'm saying? It was those grades right there are reading, writing, sentences. You know what I mean? And then you build up from that. Like that's a solid foundation to me. I don't think a child at the age right there needs to be worried about cooking. You need to be worried about you can read these signs and you know you can comprehend. You know what I mean?
You learn all of that, but in considering even being that young, like you said, it's regional. Like he said, overseas, they're learning these things very young.
Yeah.
Like very young.
Yeah.
Very young. Like I said, you have 8 and 9-year-old chefs that's cooking full course meals on TV right now.
No, that's dope. I don't want my
So,
child.
I'm not saying that's why I was
I don't want to
asking.
prioritize cooking.
I'm not saying prioritize,
No,
but I'm just
example,
saying,
you know
right.
what
I'm just
It was
saying,
important.
you know, something that could be taught at an earlier age than what most Americans teach their kids, or most people teach their children. You know what I'm saying?
We should teach them about finances.
Most definitely.
About money, not just having fake money and how
How soon is too soon?
It's never too soon for that. When you know in other countries they're prioritizing.
How late is too late? That's just the questions that I've been asking. How soon is too soon, and how late is too late when it comes down to certain topics with talking to your children?
Yeah.
So, you know, he said he wouldn't prioritize cooking because you know, prioritizes finances.
You got kids coming from other countries.
But I
If
feel
you had a
like
son,
or a daughter.
if you had a son, that's one thing.
You have a daughter?
Prioritize something differently. But if you had a daughter, I was like, you will actually want her to be able to take care of herself. That would be on the first top of the list.
No. We're not saying that is taking. I can't put that in a box. It's taking care of yourself, teaching you how to cook. Learning to cook isn't hard. It's not.
You'd be surprised.
Shit, I'm not. Shit, I survived. I could.
Remember that one girl that put that can in the microwave?
Yeah, but
the can in the microwave.
that's aluminum.
Nope, not even
In the microwave.
We're
not even with a puncher hole or nothing. She could have killed us all.
No, but this is the thing. Stuff like that is like these are supposed to be common sense things.
Oh, no, stop.
I'm not done.
You said it was common sense? I'm sorry, my bad.
Can I finish?
You said common sense.
Let me say. It should be common sense. Listen, my child, before she goes to anybody else's house, is gonna know certain things that I feel like everybody should know. Putting a can in the microwave, I will beat you for days.
We was in
if
college.
you attempt.
We was in college.
But that's what I was going back to it too. This is the thing. In the U.S., you see, he's talking about the U.S. We breed and create lazy children.
All right, so here goes a teacher.
That's decisions I've ever made. But I'm gonna give you my insight on all of this as we go through it. Hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below. Share us with your friends and family.
That's what you gotta talk about. Because we watching the YouTube.
Let's take a moment to be brief. Let's take a moment to unpack. So I'm not really understanding why they're not telling y'all. Like, we all know that the world is behind, like, you know, globally, like, you know, the pandemic and stuff. But I don't understand why they're not stressing to y'all how bad it is. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but these kids are.
Dumb as
I'm
hell.
gonna say this. I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't care how you flip it, turn it, swing it, swing it.
Yep.
They still performing on the 4th grade level. Ain't nobody talking about how they just keep moving, passing them on. They just keep passing them on, 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 passing them on.
This guy's actually bringing up a great point. point and bringing away.
Two cents
That's
on the
exactly what I'm
dollar,
saying.
2 cents on the
That's
dollar.
how it goes.
That's crazy.
Because why?
Shit.
But
That goes back
remember when I stepped back to the why? Remember
That
when I
goes-
said the most important question is why? You know why they're doing that? Because they don't need intelligent Americans. They need people who can follow instructions to work.
They're building robots.
So we need to pass y'all through these classes, and that's horrible.
So that goes back to what I was saying earlier about, getting a skill, learning something that you could take away from what they instilled in you.
But this
You know what I'm saying?
but this is why I was
Like-
saying that though. I didn't. Let me finish this. This is why I said that because what he was saying about the prioritizing in home ec versus finances or whatever. There are children that are coming from other countries and running circles around our kids and can survive, and they can learn. They're learning the other stuff later,
You're
but
right.
they are
But that's
eating.
You're right. You're most definitely right. But I wasn't saying about prioritizing. I was
No,
just
that's
saying.
what I was saying.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah.
what I was
Because I'm just speaking on what is too soon. Like I don't care what it is.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't care what it is.
finances from
I don't
early
care.
age.
I don't care what it is. I
Early
don't care what topic. When it's too soon for you to tell your black kids that they black and they might be getting pulled over by the police and the police may not be friendly to them. When it's too soon to, tell your little girls, okay, you're going to start bleeding and this is going to affect you in a certain type of way. When it's, you see what I'm saying?
Early,
Anything.
before it happens.
Anything. That's what
That's the
I'm saying.
answer. Before it happens.
But you have
Some people are early developers.
But this is what I'm
You have
saying.
some people.
How?
You have some people who don't feel like that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
That's on them, and their children will be a product of that. Yes.
There ain't nobody talking about that. Why they not talking about that? Why they not telling y'all that y'all? And why don't y'all know that y'all kids not performing on their grade level? Why y'all don't know that?
Exactly.
Why y'all don't know? Let's not ahead. Because y'all be quick to talk about, the teacher this, the teacher this, the teacher show job, baby. I just got here 30 days ago. She was performing on the 4th grade level since 4th grade.
Yep. Oh, on 4th grade, she wasn't performing on 4th grade level. Let's be clear.
He talking about first grade.
Yeah.
Maybe the teacher is supposed to be, again, she was on the 4th grade level since the 4th grade. We in 7th grade now, so you let the child go 3 years and you never knew that your child was still in 4th grade and you never let them. In 4th grade would be nice. I still have kids performing on grade K, 1, 2, and 3rd grade levels. I can probably count on one
That's
hand
insane.
how many kids are actually performing on their grade level.
And that's insane.
So just imagine, you don't know that your child been on the 2nd grade level since the 2nd grade, and they now in the 7th or 8th grade.
When I pulled my child out
Are
of
you
home
joking right
school,
now? And these are future leaders, our future doctors, our future nurses, our future.
I pulled my child from home school I put him in a public school.
Our future wives.
And they was talking about my child had one of the highest GPAs in school. I pulled him out. Because why? Why? Why when I can homeschool him at a faster pace, when I can give him more information right here and he's picking it up the way I give it to him? Why the fuck would I send him somewhere that's teaching him slower than me? That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
But that's what I said earlier, though. It's the parents' responsibility.
Most definitely. I agree with you 110%.
Definitely the parents' responsibility. And just like he's saying, what I just said is because they want workers. The reason that, to answer his question, the reason that these parents don't know is because they're just workers.
Yep.
They were performing behind. They feel like,
Yep.
as a teacher,
Yep.
you're not supposed to pass my child. If you don't
That's why
pass
they
my
start making
child,
no child left
this
behind.
is the thing. If my child has to go to summer school or is left behind, that's a red flag to me. Now I'm gonna get on their ass.
First of all, my
So
thing
both.
is this. My thing is
It's
this.
the parent and the teacher. Don't pass a child. Don't send the child to 5th grade if he's not performing
There you go.
like he's supposed to go to 5th grade.
There you go. It don't make sense. If they're not understanding certain things, then they shouldn't even be progressed to that level. You have to. It's just you stay at that level until you're able to move on. That's just the gist of it. That's just what it is.
But then
That's the
too
way
many
it's
kids
always
get left
been.
behind.
Man, fuck
But
all
they
that.
can't. The parents can't be extra sometimes.
It became being no child left behind because people stopped investing into their children. When you stop investing in your children and you become lazy, I'm not gonna say everybody, because some people couldn't invest in their kids because of the finance in the home.
Yeah, that's
I
what it
have
is.
to work, I have to be
Why
here,
finance is
I
so
have
important.
to do, X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly. That is one reason why I taught my son off rip that sometimes I feel like he's got me with money, but I teach him off rip. how to save, how to invest in certain things, paying attention to what things that, would benefit him and his investments in his life and the things that he want to do. Where to spend your money, how to invest, you know what I'm saying? Who to go to help, how to learn about grants. It's a lot of things out here, it's a lot of money out here, it's a lot of ways to get it. And the time to talk about it is, like you said, as soon as possible. As soon as possible.
That too. It ain't nobody else's responsibility. Your child ain't nobody else's responsibility. No matter how much you try to see. We only send them to school because they have to go to school. Otherwise, the parents are going to jail.
Exactly.
We know at the end of the day, school ain't doing shit for our
Pay
children.
for a whole evaluation for my child. Just to
Yeah.
make sure I can get her the right help.
Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Like, I don't care about her education or her development. Like, I know she's behind, so ain't no extra entertainment. Ain't no extra
Oh, I know this for a fact. I wouldn't dare send my child to Atlanta school system. And I'm in the city all the time. I love it. I wouldn't dare. My child, when I was still out there, my baby mama moved out to the city, and my daughter had to go to Atlanta school. She was ahead in her classes when she left Gwinnett. By the time we said, hey, look, we're gonna put her back, when she went back, she was behind. Never would I ever, in any school system like that, where y'all performing low or whatever the case is, why? Why would I put my seed, they got my blood in a mediocre environment?
That's why my child does not go to school in the district that he stays in.
No.
Because I was like, I'm going to find the best outlet for him.
Yeah, you're gonna get an address in the best place. You ain't gonna be staying there. You're gonna drive, even if no bus coming out here, you're gonna drive your child for an hour and a half, and you're gonna pay off.
Okay, so Juice, you just joined. The question or topic of today is, the topic for today is things that you feel like is too much or too grown for your children. It could be anything. Anything that you feel like is too much for a child.
Cell phone.
A cell phone.
What do you mean?
Interesting.
Back in the day when we were growing up, if you had a cell phone, if you had a cell phone, that mother was on minutes, and guess what? Only person you calling is mom or dad. Come pick me up. That's it. These folks have phones now.
Computers, they got access.
Access to a phone, computer, laptop, iPad, all day.
So just technology.
So what do they do all day? What do your kids do all day? Besides when they go to school.
Be on the phone and
On the phone, YouTube. All day. All day. Turn that internet off, we're going crazy.
But that's how I feel what you're saying.
That's a new teacher.
What y'all feel about?
But that's what society is now.
What y'all feel
But
about?
you have to
Is
teach them about
YouTube is society?
No, wait, listen. Any tool is a productive tool if you're taught how to use it correctly. So it comes with teaching your child first YouTube, because I use YouTube for everything that I've ever learned, and Google. It's not just music videos on there. It's not just Bible reels. If you want to know how to replace the engine, there's 50,000 videos where somebody is recording themselves, changing the engine out, or certifying mechanic. So where is the information age?
You're using it.
You got parental.
But that's what I'm saying.
A 6 or 7-year-old ain't using it for none of that.
Well, you should.
They ain't even using it for education.
Boy, there's a YouTuber right now, and I salute his parents. This goes back to what I'm saying. It's all about the parents and how involved the parents are. This nigga he just made $120 million last year off YouTube.
The little girl.
I'm talking about the dude, the
I know
kid
you
getting
talking
money.
But
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, the toys.
They're
But I also
YouTubing.
the girl,
They're YouTubers. I'm saying these kids, all they're using is
No, but this is what I'm saying though. Just hear me out. Connect the dots. This is what I'm saying though. So this is gonna answer your question. This child is that age.
That's right.
And he is doing this productively. How? The parents. Or his interests. And his parents are the type of parents that are trying to guide him.
Yeah, that's right.
Every child can do that.
Most definitely.
It's a reflection of the parents. If your child ain't shit, it's because you ain't shit.
the kids.
That's how I feel about me.
his big deals on there. He's not doing anything extra. He's playing with toys.
His parents aren't making him.
No.
Who you said?
The little kid that y'all talking about,
Yeah,
that's on YouTube that my children watch all the time.
yeah.
He ain't doing nothing but playing with toys. He's opening a box and playing with toys. He's not doing anything.
You know
The difference
He
is.
is.
No, the difference is his parents are recording him playing with this damn toy. That's all it is. That's not him.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a toy. At the
You're
end of the day,
You're right.
a kid at the age of 5 or 6 is going to play with the toy no matter what. It don't matter if the toy was the worst thing in the world. That now, depending on how long they're gonna play with it, they play. So if he don't like that toy, if you watch this show, if he does not like the toy, he might play for that shit for like 2 minutes and throw it away and grab something else. I've sat there and watched episodes with my kids.
I believe
because I have a niece right now,
But
and she's so bougie that you might offer her something, and it's a toy. Some shiny pretty, she look at you like, no thank you, because you know that's who she is.
No, I'm
That's just
talking
the type
about
of kid.
him.
no, he's
I'm
talking about
talking
specific one.
about that specific.
But let
one.
me speak
Oh,
on
Y'all
that.
are saying his friends.
Let me speak on that, though. I'm
though.
gonna tell you know what the difference is? The parents again. Because every youth at that age is trying to play with shiny shit. They're playing with new shit, this and that. But obviously his parents ain't average parents. They like, look, matter of fact, who would have thought that you would have gotten rich off just playing with toys? His parents
You know
did.
what? You know what?
You feel me?
They did.
So it's the
You know what?
parents.
You know what?
It's the parents.
Because
So
they
it's
watch
us, the
kids.
parents. We gotta make them.
They watch kids, watch other kids do
Which
this.
one of y'all different? Like you said,
Your son was watching.
They watch
Your son
kids.
watching, his son is working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They watch kids.
They watch.
Watch other kids.
That's all
So
that.
that's why that's like what shit. If I'm
More
gonna sit
than
here
likely,
and my child gonna want to get on YouTube and watch other kids, why I just can't put the camera up in front of him and let kids watch him?
For sure.
That's
Why
what
not?
he did. And then on top of that, when he started booming, that was around the time that a lot of these toy companies, Toys R Us, Kids R Us, all them shit was going out of business. And guess what? The Nabisco, Tyco, Nabisco, all of them, they ain't have their toy testers no more.
Yeah.
So guess what they said? They said, I've seen it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
On Instagram, we're looking for testers for this.
Yep.
We're looking for testers for that. So yeah, if you're a smart parent and you see that, oh, and my kid's cute, yeah, I'm gonna go buy this toy. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna put it on camera. To get what eventually play with it. That's it. After a while, they start sending you checks. It's like anybody doing anything with any major clothing brand. How did they get that? How did they get that opportunity?
They put a nigga in the clothes.
Put a nigga in the clothes and kept putting videos and tagging. That's not really the parents
They
doing
put a nigga in
anything
the
but
clothes. I
saying,
remember
fuck it.
who was that had that monkey?
I can't get you into acting,
Who's that?
but you're eating nothing. You got these little kids is following you.
I had the monkey.
Those
Just
are
like
parents
how-
that are exploiting their kids, but there's some people doing something right.
Like, buddy, that made
There's some
the
people doing something
millions.
right, like you said.
He gets his money. I mean, in his he has a contract now. You feel me? Because he has so many subscribers, where a good portion of his shit really does go to a savings account specifically for him that only he can access at a specific age. But as far as the rest of the money they get, please, his parents don't do that shit. That's his parents. That's his parents.
But you should though. I mean, that's the way you shouldn't you shouldn't do your child like that. But at the same time, as a parent, if you're funding all this shit, like your child's gonna be. The whole goal is to have your child be better than what
But that's
you
the
are.
thing. Are they really?
I don't know.
Because after
after
the first couple videos, you done hit about a couple thousand streams real quick. Parents ain't putting the check.
Oh yeah.
They're not. YouTube right there.
Yeah.
After a couple thousand, they pay you.
So get what? I can't tell them that because I never walked in their shoes. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, y'all didn't have nothing. Your child is the breadwinner now. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever you feel like is that what it is, as long as that, just like you said, the contract, he's got money stacking up. You feel what I'm saying? We can't just say, oh, the money's all the child's and the parents don't get shit. The parents the one that believed in it. The parents the one that, so I'm not saying that they're wrong.
Then how
I'm not
many
saying that
videos
they're right.
they have
You know
to
what I mean?
make before they hit?
Yeah, before they pop. How many videos do they see?
The same amount that we have on our YouTube channel. Just keep going and going until someone eventually starts.
That's what I'm saying.
Subscribe.
So you know what I'm saying? Every video gonna have to be different. And you know, it's selling somebody. You You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like how many videos was made, how much time and energy was invested. Did they buy a camera? You know what I'm saying? Even down to the toys, you know, even with the light, however it is that they making it happen.
But that goes into what you
Or they
said
jumping on the
earlier
same time every
with
day
the
like we are.
whole, what is it that these children are doing? What was the question again?
She said when it's too young.
Yeah, when it's too young. Like, okay, cool. If you have those parents that are trying to monetize or set up a future as far as that, but that's the 1%. The other 99% of us, we're sending our kids to go watch YouTube so they can leave us alone for a little bit. So with that being said, YouTube,
but then that's what
TV.
That's what happens with the.
My
Hey, you bring that video back up.
child was in the most developing
The last
stages of his brain.
You saw it?
I was investing a lot into him. I was giving him a lot. I was making him watch everything. I was, you know, and only allowing him to watch certain things on TV because I knew his brain was developing. You know what I'm saying? So now when people have conversations with him, they be like, "Oh, okay, Messiah is intelligent." Now he's at the age where he can kind of differentiate. Okay, intelligence versus play. You know what I'm saying? And then now I can explain to him, okay, Messiah, you doing too much ignorance online. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You saw this? Well, when it come up, and this is like we looked at it. Well, we looked at a couple of this one, and I want to show you this and get your opinion on this too.
I hate this.
See what right here.
At the same time, meeting those same grade level standards that were
Well, I think you gotta go back.
That's the Bob Brad show that we watching, y'all.
education system and how much has changed since probably you and I.
And why don't y'all know?
Right now, you gotta
It's
go
our
back.
kids, not
You
performing.
gotta go back.
Why
Yeah,
y'all don't know?
first part where so he can get the whole thing.
And stuff. But I don't understand why they not stressing.
Okay, there we go.
All of this as we go through it. Hit that like and subscribe
It
button.
makes sense.
Leave us a comment down below. Share
I
some
want
with
to
your
know
friends,
what
family.
Big Juice got to say about it.
No, y'all couldn't talk about it. Can we please talk about it? Let's take a moment to discuss. Let's take a moment to debrief. Let's take a moment to unpack. So I'm not really understanding why they're not telling y'all. Like, we all know that the world is behind, like, you know, globally, like, you know, the pandemic and stuff. But I don't understand why they're not stressing to y'all how bad it is. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but these kids are. I'm gonna just say this. I feel 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
They slept. I said this
I
a couple
don't
shows
care.
ago. This generation is the smartest, dumbest generation.
They're still performing on the 4th grade level. Ain't nobody talking about how they just keep moving, passing them on. They just keep passing them on, passing them on, passing them on, passing them on, passing them on.
That's part that goes in part with
This
the
guy's
smartest,
actually
dumbest
bringing
generation.
up
They're computer smart.
bringing awareness. I
They're
think,
very,
but
this generation right now is very computer smart, very computer savvy. They know how to use computer like nothing.
So I
But
have to sit behind a damn cubicle.
exactly.
Plug in.
But take away the computer, take away the phone, take away the laptop, take away the iPad, all that shit, right?
Okay.
And tell them to sit here and solve this math problem. And I bet money they're gonna sit there like, huh?
They don't want them to be like.
Tell them to
Can I Google
ask, can I Google
No,
it? Anything that does not have them using
He
a
made-
technological
Juice
thing,
made a
they
valid
can't do
point.
nothing.
Juice made a valid point, and the point that he basically gets to is they're basically building into fix robots.
That's
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Okay, so and what I mean
We
by
know
that,
that,
The
they're
world is AI
they're
generated
moving the
nowadays.
jobs to computers, and they're having the humans go in to fix the computers when they break down. That's basically what it's boiling down to, because at the very early age, when they give you a cell phone, when they give you a tablet, and they teach you how to code, they teach you how to log in, they give you all these passwords, you know what I'm saying? Everything is a, you know what I'm saying, face recognition, everything is a tap in, 1, 2, 3, a code, or whatever the case may be. Nothing is written anymore. You don't even have to have paper anymore. They want you to have a computer at school.
But once again, what does that reflect on? That's the parent.
Of
My
course.
mom, when I was home, fuck, when they look, what you at? All right, now do this, just like you said.
Yeah.
Work it out like
Do
this.
it.
That's right.
Your
Yeah.
computer
Yeah.
might go
All right, you
down.
got homework. All right, let me see your homework.
Yeah.
Hold on. If you don't know what the homework is,
Your computer might go down.
Hey, look, hey, no, have you seen some of their homework these days? I ain't even gonna lie. I've seen some of their homework. My daughter is in 1st grade. She's doing what I was doing in 5th grade now. Are they
But this is the thing though. Guess what? With our generation, when we was in school, we was ahead of our parents too. You know what my mama did? She went and learned that shit.
There's an
To make
example
sure
of
I know
this
what
thing.
the hell I'm doing.
Especially in the math book,
That's
there's
on the
an
parent.
example on the
That's
first page of the
extra
chapter.
work in it.
There's an example of
Don't make you just go.
But once again,
You can't.
how many
You
of the
can't.
99% of
Bro, you
families
can't.
want to do that?
Oh my
How about
God.
that? Even with that, man, you can jump on Google, right? Type in a math problem, and it'll give you the answer, right? It'll give you the answer, but it'll also give you how to work it like 3 different ways. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it gave you the answer, but then it also gives you an option of you can get the answer this way, you can get the answer this way,
Yeah.
you can get the answer this
It's the
way.
information age right here, bro. It's not hard. Parents just lazy as fuck
And
or
so are
overworked.
kids. And so are kids.
You
Because
feel what
they
I'm
have
If
It's
the
not
parent
even
is
over-
overworked,
it's
they
not
can't
even-
come home and tend to their
It's
child how
not,
they want.
it's not even that the parents are overworked.
Some,
or
yes,
no,
Some of them are.
yes.
Some of them
no,
are.
let me finish what I'm saying.
I didn't finish my answer.
I ain't stopping you.
Go
I didn't cut you out.
ahead.
I let you alone.
Y'all stop me actually, y'all. But go ahead.
But no, I was saying, like, they're not overworked or overtired. It's the fact that most of the shit that they do nowadays has moved to a technological era that most parents don't want to deal with it. Most of us, yeah, we learned the computer skills and shit like that in school, but in reality, that shit you learned in school on the computer, after you left high school, how often did you use it?
I'm not a proper.
No, I'm just saying.
None.
No, I'm saying none.
Yeah, I'm not.
Right? So like the stuff that they're learning now with the computers is mind-boggling to a lot of parents that aren't used to using that type of shit. Now, if you're in the industry, if your work job has you still sitting around a computer, you probably know some of this stuff that they're using. But if your kid comes to you with some stuff and you looking like, oh, just go on MS Word like how we used to, and then like, they stopped making Microsoft Word and we use this, and then they jump it into this computer now, and it tells you if you plagiarized this, or how did you come up with this, and all of this stuff. Like, yeah, you're gonna be confused as a parent, like, fuck, I don't know what the hell to do. I ain't learned this. I didn't learn none of this.
Yeah.
I learned how to make a simple code. You remember when we had to do that? We learned how to make a little simple code to change the background of my MySpace.
Yeah. But
Not how to fucking break into the goddamn Pentagon like some of these kids don't learn before 5th grade.
I understand that to a certain extent, and the only reason I say it is because with how they make programs, it's not that the programs are hard to use, it's that they're tedious. And like you said, people are just lazy. And so it's just like with writing. A lot of people didn't like writing in school. A lot of people didn't like filling out paperwork. They don't like filling out paperwork as a doctor. They don't like tedious work. So it's basically tedious work. You know what I'm saying? Looking at a screen. Some people don't know how to type. They want to make excuses for anything that they cannot do. But if they can do it, they'll do it without a problem. And that's most human beings. If a human being is good at some shit and they can do it without a problem, 9 times out of 10 they don't do that shit without a problem. People who are good with computers, who can get on there and what is it? Even with coding, but I'm not talking about coding. I'm talking trading. And a lot of people don't understand trading, but you got some people that understand it. They do that shit with ease, and they can break it down and explain it. And you may be able to pick it up. You might not be able to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to type 40 words a minute, and you still might not be able to understand how to trade. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, even when it comes down to a computer, it has so many parts. Everybody is built and they have so many parts and they understand things in different. So that's why I was saying, when you look at a problem and you see how it's broken down into different parts, that's how humans are, that's how kids are, that's how we are. We're broken down into different parts. We learn different, we understand different, we produce differently. But at the end of the day, they all try to teach us the same. That's why I'm saying, learn the skills, getting to understand how you know how to learn, and how you can teach somebody else, because that's the development of the universe, is to be able to learn and be able to pass it along.
Yeah, with this last part.
You can play.
Other people reacting as well, but I want to get my commentary on.
I think 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
It would benefit you to watch his entire video because he breaks it down about how, like,
oh yeah,
and
that
that's the kids that are doing well. Because I also teach seventh grade, and we have kids that have math grade level equivalents of first and second grade, third grade, many at fourth grade, very few at grade level, very few, if any, in some classes. These kids can't read, they can't decode, they have no vocabulary, no background knowledge. I've never seen anything like it. For context, for 8 years, I taught a self-contained program for significant language-based learning disabilities. Like, it was the most restrictive environment. It was the step before being sent to a specialized school. And my fifth graders with significant language-based learning disabilities could write better than non-disabled seventh graders can now.
Yep.
They can't write a sentence. They don't know what state they live in. They don't know what region of the country they're in. They have no background knowledge. Most of them don't know who the president is. They're coming to school with no background knowledge. They have very little skills. And yes, part of my job is to help them find those skills. And as a special education teacher, like, I'm obviously going to be working with students who require specialized instruction, but I'm not talking about specifically my students. I'm talking about students in the grade period. And this was the case last year. They can't take notes. They can't even attend to a video. They can't even attend to a 3-minute video clip. I can play it. I can tell them what it's going to be about. I can summarize what the video did, and not a single one can tell me what the video was about.
That's crazy. You know what's so crazy?
Right.
Shout out to my son. Shout out to him. Baby, he's a great writer.
I don't know.
Another black man today?
I don't know.
Another black man today?
At the schools that I've been to, we never said it.
He's smart.
You know what I mean? Okay. The only reason I said it is because, and to all you kids out here who actually put in the work, because, hey, I've seen some kids, right? Shout out to my mom too, because growing up, she made us do things that other kids didn't have to do. Like, we had to write extra book reports, and we had to do math in the summertime, and we had to do certain things that other kids didn't have to do. She had us doing work all year round. She didn't care. So, book reports, that's something I was most definitely. Oh, read a book. Oh, you bored? Read a book. Read a book. Tell me what the book is about. I need to understand what you read. If you can't understand what you read, if you can't explain it to me, and if I don't understand the book or what you said in the beginning, so go back and read it again. And that's something that I took away from my mom in growing up, and it created great writers. We have great writers in our family.
That's how every parent's supposed to be though. My mama was like that. So it's the parent and the teachers to an extent too, because at the end of the day, it's y'all job to make sure they understand it.
Yeah.
It's not, I didn't go to school to be a teacher.
You negate what you just said.
Baby,
No, I said it's both. You know what I'm saying? It's the parents' fault and the teacher's
I used
fault.
to suck at math. I ain't gonna lie to you. My mom sat there and made me write my multiplication problems 100 times a piece each multiplication table. When I tell you, and that took away my whole summer. I kid you not, that shit took away my whole summer. One time, 100 times, one time, 200 times. That shit took away my whole summer.
Okay, case goes to
But let me tell you, I learned them shit.
Yeah.
Math was no problem for me after that, all the way through my
Man, your kid is not supposed to be, bro. Your kid, look, bro. This one right here. This one, the whole thing. Y'all just listen to the whole thing. Don't nobody say nothing. No matter how hard it is for y'all, just don't say nothing.
Ooh.
Yes, I know.
We gonna talk about it. No, look. Oh wait, hold up. They are
Raise
here.
your children the way we do. I mean, a 9-year-old boy is more of a man than a 25-year-old American. You prolong adolescence to a certain degree.
It's summertime.
Prioritize maturity. But at the same time, you sexualize your children very early. I mean, you've got like third graders twerking and singing explicit song lyrics, and then you put that on social media for everyone to see. You're teaching kindergartens about sex, masturbation, about homosexuality, and transgenderism. You think that prepubescent children can decide to have their genitals removed before they even know what they're actually doing? You put little girls in beauty contests, try to turn them into miniature Beyoncé's, Cardi B, singing about 12-year-olds in the U.S. are already sexually active at 12. And that's from a study 10 years ago. So you can expect that the percentage is even higher now. 6.5% of them had actually already engaged in anal sex by the age of 12. The majority of sex offenders in the West victimize children. And they say about 90% of sexual assaults on children are never even reported. So imagine what the real numbers are. No, you have a pedophilia problem in the West. And no matter how much you wish you could, you can't shift that over to us. We're not going to help you justify your sins. Islam does not approve of this.
So it's just, you know what I mean? But everything he said is true. Of course, it's coming from an Islamic perspective. Okay, cool. But that is the United States and everything that we do. So going back to like what you said about the summer, we prioritize them having fun or being children. They ain't playing outside like we did all summer, this and that. And even then, they shouldn't. Because you're finna go to the next grade. You earn your way to the next grade. You need to prepare during the summer.
But check it
I had to read all summer too. We was out playing ball and doing this and that. But when I went home, no matter how much tired I was, or before I went out, look, you can't go to Kendall's until you got
You still.
Well, we finna go play ball real quick, man. Soleil's over there. They got the car. We finna go.
But you
But
see how
you
you
need to
still
do
have
this
the
first.
opportunity. But you see how you still have the opportunity to be a child on top of them giving you a responsibility. You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
Exactly. So it was more so like, okay, you still got to do this. We had to clean gutters. We had to rake cars. You know what I'm saying? We had to pick up leaves. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit we had to do
That's not
before we
going
could
on
play.
Yeah.
So the topic
You
is
know,
about
so
parents
it's like,
differently now than back in the day.
oh, most definitely.
Was your
Okay.
parent a slacker? No, we gotta change the damn title on top.
It's all
Was your parent a fucking slacker? That's all it was.
But look, everything that we watch and everything that we talk
I
about
guess
is going
that
back.
ties into the topic anyway. What's too much for your kids? Like, is you the one? Is you the father?
At the end of the day, no matter what we watch, no matter what we said, it all came back to the responsibility of the parent. That's why these kids are, because guess what? Don't get it twisted. My baby right now, she dual enrollment. She been ahead. So there are parents that every kid ain't dumb. You feel what I'm saying?
Shut up.
Every kid ain't dumb. You feel me? Because every parent ain't slacking. Of course, that's what we see the majority of. We don't like to put shit on the news. We don't put the bad shit. We ain't shouting out. Shouting that just graduated as valedictorian. Her mama was a crackhead and got down. She went on to graduate college and she got married before she had children. All the stuff that we talk about is good. And then she had children with her husband and they've been together ever since. We don't hear that. But it happens. You feel what I'm saying? It's the parents' fault and the teacher's fault on both ends. Regardless of whether the teacher is doing their job or not, you still my child.
Exactly.
Mine, I can move you to another school. What I'm just going to keep shifting responsibility to the teacher, the teacher, the teacher. You ain't gonna never have it. I don't know. PE was the only class where we had the same teacher year after year, right?
Parents teach their kids according
That's
to
it.
But the parents teach their kids according to what they think is appropriate. You get what I'm saying? Which in certain situations may be fucked up. Because that goes back to the topic at hand is what do you feel like is too much for your child? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can shelter your child from a lot of things and they can hinder them in a lot of situations because you feel like it was too much for you to introduce your child to these situations or to certain things in life, period. You know what I'm saying? So, like he said, it does go back to the parent. But we're not putting this on the kids. It's all about, you know, what do you as a parent, what do you feel like is too much for your kid?
Yeah.
And yes.
The child gonna do whatever you let them.
Your children are most definitely a product of you. How they act, how they dress, how they present themselves, what they know. You know what I'm saying? So what they know. They're most definitely a product of you. Full circle. I don't care how you look at it. Even if you have parents who have crackhead mothers or whatever the case may be, and they do great. But let me tell you, I know them same crackhead mothers, they was intelligent as fuck before they became crackheads. They was intelligent as fuck before they decided to take a turn or do whatever it is they want to do in their life.
Do you think that that's a reflection of their parents? I wasn't able. I'm gonna tell you why I said it. I never had the inclination.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Meth.
That's just one.
None of that
That's
shit.
just
That's what I'm saying. Like you have.
But that's
I didn't like
what I'm
needles.
saying though, because look, the first time they do it, maybe the second time it's their choice. Every time after that, they're addicted. It's over. It's no longer. So it goes from a bad choice.
It's just for environment though.
Right, but that's what I'm
Exactly,
saying.
exactly. Back then it was everywhere. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. You got some people.
Back then, but don't
They're
get
not
it twisted.
amazing.
The same way it crack fucked up the neighborhoods and this and that, there was still people on both sides now.
Of course.
Everybody wasn't a crackhead.
That's what I was
You feel
saying.
me? But what I'm saying,
you start eating gummy worms, you eat gummy worms when you freeze.
facts. No, but what I'm saying is this. What is the difference between, and I'm pointing you in a direction, but you can agree or not. The difference between, let's say the 80s, the crack, you know what I mean? The people that ended up being crackheads and the people that did not end up being crackheads.
That's what I was saying.
That's why I asked, do you think what I'm saying is this? The difference to me, and then you let me know what y'all think, is their upbringing.
Yeah, it can be.
You got some niggas in the same hood that was friends.
Yeah.
This one started smoking crack, this one didn't. What's different? It gotta be the household.
He got his ass.
What's
whooped.
the difference?
He got his ass.
It's not
whooped.
always be the household. 'Cause you gotta-
Tell me why.
It depends on how you interpret the house.
He talking about getting a little whooping.
It
I can tell you that
depends
right
on-
now.
It depends on how you as a child develop,
It's
interpret the household. Go ahead.
It's your environment. In total.
It's
But
That's
this,
all
but
it
this
is.
is what I'm saying though. Before you, I don't want to interrupt you, but this is what I'm saying because you said that. If there's in the same environment, they're in the same hood, it's the same environment.
It's in the same.
So go ahead.
Okay. They're in the same hood. They're in the same
So it's the same environment.
But this is the thing though. Okay.
Same school.
Same school,
Same everything.
same everything. All great.
Mm-hmm.
You can stay in the same neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
right? Big ass. No.
Who's gonna end up being the crackhead?
Nigga, I got my ass whooped. You can't say I got my ass whooped. Can't use both of them. Somebody.
Okay. Dumb and dumber stay in the same
We got our ass
neighborhood.
whooped. We got our ass whooped.
The neighborhood is big.
Okay.
It's a big neighborhood. As a matter of fact, we'll use River Colony as an example. You know River Colony, Net,
Okay.
big ass fucking neighborhood. That shit big as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Big ass neighborhood. So Dumb stays in the front of the neighborhood. You feel me?
Okay.
Dumber stays all the way in the back.
Okay.
Dumb usually goes to Dumber's house.
Uh-huh.
Usually in the morning before the buses come, because why? They're the last stop. They can do whatever. They can chill, all that good shit. You feel me?
Okay.
If Dumb walks to Dumber's house every day, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Dumber ain't driving them back to the crib. Neighborhood, nigga, good. If Dumb is walking to Dumber's house every single day, regardless of what you have going on in your house, you have to pass through your entire. You're exposed to the entire environment. So if you're dumb and you're passing a nigga doing a crack house or the trap house every fucking day to go to Dumber's house, and you seeing these crackheads shooting up, you're more than likely to eventually try it out. Why? Because you've seen it so much. Why is everybody fucking over here doing this shit? This shit must be cool. Let me try it.
So that's what I was saying about it's how you interpret
I'm sorry,
your
I got my ass
environment.
whooped.
As a kid is how you
My mama told me about that house. You see them people out there? Keep moving.
You may interpret it by I don't like what I see when I see this what's going on over here, or I like what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? What goes on over here scares me a little bit, or I like what's going on over here. It's how you know it's exactly what he said. Perception is how you perceive the environment around you. Do you want to be a part of this? Is this something? Oh, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a dope. I want to. I've heard kids say this literally. I want to.
But then wait, you on the other end of it now. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
But then you also, like I said, I have family members. One is a crackhead, but the child of the same crackhead is a doctor. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like.
That's why I was gonna say that example is different because the child usually, man, we seen them motherfuckers got there.
It's like I don't want
you know what?
The juice's point is not the only factor.
Yeah, facts. Because I was finna say, the same walk, you got hustlers and you got crackheads. We wanted to be the hustlers.
No,
We
that's
ain't
what-
never
no,
want to be the nigga like
that's what I'm
that.
saying.
I'm like, we saw, that's not,
All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Dolla has to go through all of that to get to Dolla.
You're
sheltered.
Yes, but this is the thing. Once again, we're going back. I'm gonna break it out for y'all. You can't get past this. It's in the household. I'm gonna tell you why. Because guess what? You had dumb and dumber. Now you got smart and shit. Walking through the same neighborhood. They're affected by it. Why? Why is smart and smarter not as affected as dumb and dumber, and they walking through the same
You wanna know
neighborhood,
why?
past the same
You wanna
justice
know
and
why?
everything?
It's
Why?
because
That's why it's life though. That's at that moment.
That's their
look,
parents.
not necessarily because you have kids
But
that
if
are
you
taught.
instill in your
You
child in the
have
household,
kids that you instill certain things into
Right.
them, and they still take on what they want to take on. They still do what they want. You can instill it into them hard. Don't do this. Don't do drugs. Don't do this. It's bad for you. Don't do this. Stop. Don't do this.
Not
This is the
smoking
reason
and all
why
that shit.
I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't do this.
You might not be a
I will
crackhead
explain it.
for 5 years.
Yeah, I remember kids
And
were rebellious.
and
You
yes,
said
sir.
what? You might be a crackhead for 10 years of life. You 50 years old. But for 40 years of your life, you wasn't a crackhead.
we got there.
I
I'm gonna that shit for 5 minutes.
Exactly.
No, you're right. But this is what I'm saying though. The parents that take the time. What I'm saying is
You've
this.
been exposed to drugs
you
in
can
your
take the
environment.
time.
You came home on drugs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're
you feel me?
exposed to it for so close in proximity for so many years.
Facts.
You get what
But
I'm saying?
the
Even though you were inside.
But that's why I'm speaking for me though. Because it was always mentally. I was
Exactly.
prepared. My mother already did that. When she didn't just say, I'm gonna use your
But
shit.
you said,
I'm
you
gonna tell you why.
was
A
mental.
lot of
I'm
mothers
gonna
You
tell
have
you why.
some kids that.
A lot of mothers did what your mother did. People make choices.
Thank you. Thank
A lot
you.
of-
A lot of parents have
You're
done what your mother
absolutely
did,
correct.
and you still have.
okay, but this is what I'm gonna say right here. This is what I'm gonna say. You are correct. But the thing is, what we can't understand why we going back and forth is why this kid chose to be doing good in a bad neighborhood, and why this guy chose to do bad and he's there for a good neighborhood.
Listen to what you're saying. He chose. The parent you can have the same parent, right? Let's say this. You have the same parent, produce the same kids, got the same household, same upbringing, all that, right? One brother and sister, brother and brother, I don't care. One of them chose to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, and the other one chose the life that was taught to them. You get what I'm saying? The one that was instilled in them. They took on the morals and the values that was taught. The other one decided
One of
that
them like their mama, one of them like their daddy.
Jump off the porch. Jump off the porch.
What
Jump off the porch.
happens when you have two parents in the household and both parents is doing the same thing?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then you have one kid that just
Because
don't want to do.
two parent households, honestly, statistically, men not women not
It's
young
a
to do
choice.
that.
I wanna be like
It's a choice.
Yeah, for sure. That's if your parents is not something that you aspire to be. Majority of the time.
Still. So
If
if
you
you
see
say
it-
you're instilling in a child to be nothing, to be alcoholic, to be less than
You feel me?
you would be instilling that lesson.
Exactly.
I'm just touching on your point about that word you say instilling. And like she's saying, when we say it's choosing, deciding, that's another.
Yeah, I would never
That's a
instill
word.
into
So
my
desire.
child to be alcoholic. I would never instill into my child to be a drug addict. You get what I'm saying?
Correct.
Me,
But
personally.
as the
That's what I'm
parent,
saying.
you must know, because we talked about this earlier, how absorbent they are.
So I'm saying, if your mother was
Exactly.
alcoholic, would you have been one?
No. Why? The same reason why she just said, and I agree why she's doing all this. Why the mama was a crackhead, and the daughter ended up being a doctor.
I'm just asking you.
No, but this is what I'm telling you. This
Why
is,
not though? Why not? If your mother,
listen to the example. This is what I'm saying.
why
You're
would
gonna hear this because the same. I'm gonna use your example. The mother was a crackhead. The daughter ended up being a doctor. Why? She saw something that she did not like. I will never be like that. She may have seen her mama doing this and that. So let's say my mama, well, she's not. Thank God. Let's say my mama was she's on a liquor bag. I would see her do some things, whether it's not enough, getting drunk, mind needed, There are experiences with dealing with these people that make you say, I'm not gonna be
But
like that.
hold up. You hear what you said? You said, I'm not going to be like that. It's a choice.
When I
So
say
as a kid, you may have a kid that you like, dang, buzz. She tell me everything. I like my mama buzz.
Exactly.
She feels XYZ. I like my mama do such. And then go the opposite direction and be just like the mother.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? All you saying is, what's the difference in these kids being in the same environment? What's the difference in these kids growing up in the same home and going in different directions? Because they choose.
I never said that. I never disagreed with that.
Yeah.
My shit is, how can you affect that choice? My mama affected the way that I choose things.
She did.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I said the parents. Exactly.
that
I don't
shit
agree
to
with
the
you that you should take everything away.
She
I think
did
you
that
show
shit
them
to
how
the
to
best
do
of
it
her
responsibly.
Exposure. You go to the gas station.
I'm not just going to the gas station.
She can do that shit to
I'm
the best of her.
y'all know.
My mama instilled fear in me
Nigga, you know.
and beat my
Nigga,
ass.
I used to have to
I
beg.
said no. Fuck you. I'm gonna go do my
That
homework.
shit don't work for everybody.
But listen,
Don't work for everybody.
repetition pays off because you know I used to have to beg my mama to get out the house.
All right, but
You
I also
You
know
know this.
I also
I had no choice.
Listen, I
But that's
also
so
know
real when I got
I
out.
also know you met a nigga in jail who sat down and told niggas that how he had everything the right way. He fucking fucked up. He ended up in jail.
Not really.
You ain't never meet no nigga that had everything. His mother did everything. It's you, nigga.
No.
Your mother did everything right, and you ended up in jail.
Yeah, it's because I kid was a badass sister.
Oh Lord! Here we go. Some bullshit. You gonna like, no, I'm not the crack.
I said you ever been to
You trying to blame on me?
If I wasn't this high, I'd be a psychologist.
No, this is what this is. I agree with y'all. Don't listen. I agree on the choice part, but this I had to apologize because we talked about it the other day. And Juju, you're the bad influence. He said, yeah, it was Juju. Juju came from the whole other state, go crazy, and we like, hell yeah. He saved my life. But yeah, no,
I don't even know him, but
you're right, but this is what I'm saying though. She protected me for some odd years. Of course, that's why we try to drill into our youth and our kids like
made a choice.
what's going on. Because they are. You're right. I never said anything about a choice. It's still in the parents' court. I could have been off the chain and been to juvie 15 times if my mother didn't, because guess what? Even then when she did all the right things, I went out and chose to do the right thing. Because she taught me this. She influenced the way that I acted. Right. It's only after, I met some bad, they said, I said, let's say, you know why?
The same brother, let's say you had a brother and you're in the same household. His friend wasn't you or whoever. That's what that difference is. You made a choice to be friends.
No, yeah, it's still a choice. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I made arguments with myself. I ain't but it's still the parent. You can shelter your child. Until you know they have the things that, because even now with my slip up and me doing what I did, I'm still way ahead. To me, my mother's values are still in me.
I had a 3.4 GPA.
Your parents' values are still in you.
You have motherfuckers that have the values that was instilled in them, and they never use them motherfuckers, and they know that they never.
That's
what
I'm saying. Yeah, but guess what? That's their choice. They fucked up.
Oh, there you go.
Y'all keep joking on this word choice. I ain't ever said that about choice.
But then you trying to say what distinct a choice. I was like, some people's parents cannot get through with them. The kids are gonna make the choice that they're gonna make. It's plain and simple. They're gonna make the choice they're gonna make.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're not gonna realize. They're not gonna. Yeah, but they're not. You can still and not say give up.
That's all we can hope for.
You don't say give up. You didn't say give up on them because, like I said, one day they're gonna fall down, and then all those morals, all those talks, all those lectures are gonna make sense to them.
That's why it makes sense. You just don't. You try to prevent them from making a big ass fall.
You can only try so hard.
Yeah,
you can only try so hard. That's what they're saying. You can only try so hard. That's why me and you have seen people from the bad go good, and we don't see people from the good go real bad.
Yeah.
People's moms do some things like we done been
ain't one of my niggas' mamas, man. I swear. I don't know, it was a couple. You know what I mean? But I did the right thing. Hey, look, that's different. A milk? What do you mean?
No. I was talking
Oh,
I was talking about people's parents. You know.
Oh, drugs. Oh, yeah, they be fucked up.
Drugs.
Drugs are drugs. No, goddamn, what? You got deep breath. What? What?
Oh, she's into the show.
Oh, she might just be happy.
Hey, why that? You hear me?
Yeah, but hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it rained for $3.
3 hours. What?
$3.
Anyway, we'll have, look, we'll holler at y'all next week. I don't give a fuck.
2 cents on the
Oh,
dollar.
Hey,
2 cents on the
2
dollar.
cents on a dollar. Hey, 2
2
cents
cents
on a dollar.
Oh, man. $4, my bad, $4.
Yeah, that's a good way to end the show.
Oh,
I don't do that. I know that right.
Holler at y'all next week. Peace out. Sally P.
Oh, that shit
Got
fine.
Tanjiro.
Blended minds in the
I'm
building.
gonna start doing that.
Tanjiro.
Obama for mankind, man.
Holler.
It's not a touch.
Yeah,
It wasn't working with the shit.